A grinding machine or grinder is an industrial power tool that uses an abrasive wheel for cutting. Workers use this tool to finish work pieces that must show high surface quality, such as low surface roughness and high accuracy of shape and dimension. Grinders operate at very high speeds. The wheels often rotate at several thousand RPMs or revolutions per minute. If a grinding wheel shatters while in use, the fragments can travel more than 300 miles per hour. Thus, there is a risk for serious injury from flying fragments and the rotating wheel assemblies, including the flange, spindle end, and nut. Now, let's discuss grinder handling and storage. All grinding tools are breakable and must be handled with care and stored properly to prevent damage. Let me tell you how. Use two hands every time you use a portable grinder and handle the grinder carefully to prevent dropping or bumping. Do not roll wheels or discs to any surface. Use trucks or other suitable conveyances to safely transport the grinder, which cannot be carried by hand. Lastly, store new wheels carefully in a dry area close to grinding operation. Now, what are the hazards when using grinding tools? Of course, they are high-speed flying particles, inhaling dust or fumes, fires and explosions, electrical shock, cut and abrasions, noise, musculoskeletal disorders or MSDs such as repetitive motion and awkward work positions. And of course, all we want is for you to be safe. That is why these are the safety precautions you always need to keep in mind. Inspect the grinder for damage, guard placement, and abrasive wheel compatibility. Do not use a grinder without a protective guard. The safety guard must cover the spindle end, nut, and flange projections and be of sufficient strength to retain fragments in case of accidental breakage. Check grinder discs before use for nicks, cracks, or other defects. You should replace immediately if they are damaged. Ensure that grinder discs are matched to the RPM rating of the grinder. A low RPM disc may shatter on a high RPM grinder. Ensure grinder discs are used and matched to the materials for which they are intended. Discs may shatter if used on incompatible materials. Make sure that the type and size of the wheel match the grinder size and guard. Never bump the abrasive wheel against the surface to be ground or lay the grinder down while the abrasive wheel is turning. Doing so may fracture or weaken the wheel, resulting in it disintegrating into multiple projectiles. Wear proper PPE, including eye and hearing protection, leather gloves, natural fiber clothing, apron, and respiratory protection as needed. Maintain good footing, balance, and work position. Lastly, do not carry a grinder with the finger on the switch. There are various grinding machine types, each with a different purpose. All types of grinding machines, whether pedestal, bench-mounted, freestanding, or portable, can be potentially hazardous if they are not well maintained and used correctly.